And now, The Bonfire with Big J. Okerson and Robert Kelly.
Collective Soul. What made you want to hear this today, Lou?
Because I'm from the 90s.
That's it?
It's the only reason.
Just your being from the 90s?
I'm not going to learn new things. I'm just going backwards.
I watched the finale of Ted last night. And
Ted Lasso?
No, Ted, just Ted.
You don't like Ted Lasso?
The bear, no.
Really? You don't like emotional shows?
No.
That make you think about humanity and the way we treat each other?
No.
You don't like soccer, or as they call it, football?
No, I like aggressive violence on television, lives falling apart, people going down.
Really?
Yeah, and Eagles and Sixers. That's my stuff. Yeah, Cops, Love After Lockup. Like was it 2020? A lot of YouTube true crime.
I'm actually, you know me. I like a goofy show.
Yeah.
I like a nice laugh, a chuckle, and then a moment.
Where are you at on Supernatural? I don't think you're staying with it. You'd be talking about it.
Well, it lost me because they had an episode where there was no supernatural. It was just a dude that did some bad shit. What? Season 1.
Huh?
Yeah, there was. I forget
what.
But you, well,
swear
I mean,
to
that's
God.
not the ultimate thing. It ends up being the battle between God and the devil eventually.
Yeah, I haven't given up on it at all. I like the show, but there was an episode where, because they get you into this structure that it kind of like, where something happens, it opens up, and someone gets murdered and eaten and scratched and and whatever, and then they come in and they blah blah blah, and then they solve it, and then they kill whatever creature, and then they move on to the next.
I was going to guess which one turned you off, because if there was one, you didn't do it, Lou, really, did you?
No.
Jacob would remember the werewolf episode. We did a whole bonfire on it, I think.
Was that the one where it wasn't a werewolf?
No, she
There
was
was
a
one where-
she was a werewolf, but like he loved a werewolf, and then he had to like kill her and leave her behind or something. And it was one of those Sonny Crockett moments, like we said, like staring off at a sunset, thinking about his werewolf girlfriend he had to kill.
Well, it wasn't that. It was one where it wasn't. It was just a bad person or some shit.
You haven't even met the angels yet, right?
Angels.
No.
That's like season 8.
No, I'm only on season 1, but it took me out of it because I was like, "Where are you? What you fucked up?"
One episode pissed you off?
One episode.
There hasn't been one off episode of Hondo and SWAT.
No, dude. It's
Impossible.
It's about justice.
Bobby, no one likes justice more than me.
No, it's about justice.
You know how I feel about justice.
Well, I'm getting excited because listen, I was coming in today. Oh, I don't know if it's happening.
What?
I was coming in today, not to sidetrack, and I would like to get back to this conversation of your shows versus my shows, because it says a lot of where we are as people.
Sure.
Yes.
Yes. I still need to see other people's lives falling apart to make me feel better about myself.
And I need to see people's lives falling apart, but then coming together.
Yes.
And holding each other.
Yeah.
And maybe some tears.
But one thing's for sure that we both share.
Is this song is awesome.
We share one thing, though, for sure.
Yeah.
An unwavering need for justice.
An unwavering need for justice.
I will tell you, in the stories sometimes you'll hear Louis J. Gomez tell. I have a few. I'm sure you have a few too, and if you thought about them, there's a few Louis stories that make me go, this is why we're like friends, for sure. This is our connection. And that, between me, you, and Louis, a need for justice.
A need for justice, but a need for someone to carry out that justice. Physically.
Oh, yeah.
Physically. Because
Listen,
sometimes me and you can't physically carry out that justice.
I'll try to carry out the justice.
Yeah.
It might backfire on my face.
Yeah, we can try.
But my justice is also weird. Cab driver almost runs me into a parked car. Get out, pound on his window, spit inside his window if I can, spit on the window if he won't roll it down. Mm-hmm. Justice has been served.
Justice is about to be served.
Yeah. I'll get cut off by an old lady in the ShopRite parking lot, and it was she didn't go. She just went right through the stop sign. I'll pull up next to her and then pantomime a lot of angry faces without rolling the window down, so that she knows she messed up, and then she'll go whatever, and then take off. But you know what? Justice was served.
Justice was served. I would have handled that I would have got out and spin kicked her back door before I realized it was an old lady.
That's city life. Suburb life, you pantomime through a closed window.
Okay.
It's all pantomime. It's hands, it's fingers, it's fucking eyebrows, eyes, and mouth.
Okay.
You have to relay everything
And it's got to be very
very big. You
Yeah.
have to talk very big. It's theater.
for this old batshit lady to get what you're saying.
That's correct. That's correct.
Okay, so you're delivering suburban justice.
Suburban
I'm
justice.
still forced to deal with city justice.
City justice.
And then also, don't forget, we travel and bring justice weekly, like Kane in Kung Fu.
Yeah. Yeah.
We come up over a hazy ridge, and then me and Bobby come do comedy shows, all while delivering justice.
I
3
delivered.
pedophile hunts. Sometimes you got to kick somebody out. Sometimes you bring a couple back together.
I was getting up on the plane in first class, and the lady behind me and coach was trying to pass me to get off the plane first, and I
Deliver
doled out
justice.
some justice when I pulled my suitcase out really abruptly and hit her on the shoulder.
Okay,
And
now I
then
like what you're saying.
Passive aggressively went, "Oh, sorry, didn't see you there."
I guess that's my fault that you were trying to cram past me.
Justice was
Justice
served.
needed to be served that
Yes, yes, justice was served.
day. Yeah, as long as there's justice, I could sleep.
Yes.
But I can't sleep knowing that I've left justice on the table.
No, I can't sleep either. I'm staring at the ceiling, the stucco ceiling in a hotel room.
Oh, I should have delivered some justice out. Sometimes Christine stops me from delivering justice, and I hate that.
That's her job, though.
Yeah?
That's her job to know.
Christine's against justice?
No, to know when justice is justice and when it's not.
And when you should never get out of the car.
Yeah, when you shouldn't get out of the car.
I can't deliver justice from inside the car every time.
Yeah,
Sometimes I can.
But you can't deliver
If I
justice
had-
with getting kicked in the gut on the side of the street either by some car full of young kids.
Very true. But Christine, I could stay and deliver in-car justice if you would let me have that basket of baseballs to keep in the back seat.
Yeah, but Christine doesn't want to dole out her justice. Well, if you get the shit kicked out of you, then she has to blow a car full of teenagers to give her justice.
No, all I need Christine to do is hold the wheel while I go out of the moonroof
Right?
and throw a baseball at someone's back window.
You should use batteries. Keep C batteries in your glove box or
Okay.
AA batteries in your glove box.
Double A will shatter a window.
Well,
in a
double
heartbeat.
A, it's different. You know, there's triple A for, you know, maybe the occasional fuck you, no fuck you.
Yeah.
And then there's the double A, somebody cuts you off almost, makes
That's
you
going to
go.
leave a mark.
And then when somebody really,
You throw a D.
you get a D or a C, and then
Yeah.
there you go. Then they feel that's justice.
That is justice. I don't know if I'd be as accurate with a battery as I would a baseball.
Oh, you'd be surprised. Those things hum through the air.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
It just slices through the wind?
Slices through the
Would
wind.
it slice through the wind of a highway, Bobby?
Oh, yes.
Okay, because that's what's important. Some of these things have to happen at 70 miles per hour.
A baseball will actually not. It was actually.
You're right.
It will start to spin and maybe go out of control.
You're right, especially with that fucking heater I bring.
Yeah, you got a nice hot heater.
Yeah, when it comes fucking zipping in there, fucking 92.
Yeah, a nice C battery is a projectile.
Yeah, I put a change up right in that old bitch's back window of her Buick. Yeah, justice must be served.
Justice.
Jacob, you often want to serve justice, but sometimes you take a back seat to justice. And like, like I have situations where you're frustrated because you wish you would have handled something differently. I've been in a million of those myself. That's why I have to give justice when I can.
Yes, I told.
Sometimes you're outnumbered and you can't. You said there was a crazy guy on the street just screaming shit. Are you the one? Remember we have the clips of you saying what he said.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Um,
yeah.
You couldn't deliver justice to that guy.
No.
You were in no position to.
But if you had Louis J. Gomez,
Louis J. Gomez could have helped you deliver justice,
Justice
or
could be served.
or think about if the situation like, wouldn't it be great if like, let's say later on you saw that guy out your window of your apartment, and then you had a D battery to chuck at him. That's justice.
Yeah.
that's justice.
You ever see the movie Bad Boys when they
The Coke cans.
in the sock
And no, in the sleep
the pillowcase
pillowcase. Yeah.
the best.
Yeah.
That's what I would want to do in life, to beat somebody over the head with
Yeah.
Coke cans and a
You want to
pillowcase.
make bomb radios in prison
Yes.
in juvie jail, and then
I don't see myself as that character.
oh, you saw yourself as Sean Penn.
Sean
Oh, I'm
Penn.
sorry, I saw you as the little heeb boy.
It's funny
using
how you
his,
jumped to that
his-
conclusion, Bobby.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, I saw you creating a bomb out of his radio.
I don't know how to do that. I'm pretty handy, but I don't know how to do that.
Fucking pussy.
I love delivering justice.
I love justice
It's
too.
the best feeling.
It's the best feeling. You don't get to do it a lot.
No.
Sometimes you have to sit back and watch unjust things happen.
Like what, Jay?
Well, you said you're driving by something fast that's where you're like, damn, dude, that's happening. Or you said the same thing. You get cut off that same way, almost ridden into the side of the road. You pull up and you get to see this is a car full of, let's say, darker gentlemen. You know.
I mean, they could just be gentlemen at this point.
Depends on the gentleman. Nah. Couple of twerpy teenage.
Is it the summertime?
White gentlemen?
Is it the summertime in Miami Beach because they were at the beach all day and they didn't use sunblock?
Well, no.
Okay.
No, it's you got to pick your battles. Is my point a little bit?
Sure.
You know what I mean? Don't jump out and get your dick kicked in by 6 dudes.
Yeah, make sure there's no stop signs or red lights.
But a fucking ornery cab driver who's coming at me all fucking shitty between the ages of 38 and 52.
It's actually 38 and 102.
Maybe 38 and 102. I will deliver swift justice to. You will catch a lug through your window. You will catch a window beating, perhaps. Maybe a car kick.
I deliver subtle justice, too. With people, a lot of girls, sorry, Christine, but it's true. It's mostly women on their phone. Guys are on their phones, too. I know. But mostly women and they have animals. Like today, there was a woman, dog, on her phone in the street, like a step off into the street. A bus is coming. It's going to kill the fucking dog. Mm-hmm. And she's on her phone. The bus starts honking, and she starts going, what the fuck? Like, the bus is at fault. So then when we were walking across the street, she was still on her phone. I pretended. I looked that way and this way because I knew she saw me out of the peripheral, and I went, oh, my God! And I stopped like it was a car coming. And she went, ah!
Nice.
And I just kept moving with a fucking justice smile
That's
on my
subtle
face.
justice, yeah.
Yeah.
You shook her. Her heart was beating for 5 minutes after that.
I shook that chick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's subtle justice.
That's subtle
Great.
justice.
I had
like
to take a back seat to justice today.
Yeah.
Just in this very building, I saw injustice, and I could do nothing about it.
What's that?
Lady holding 2 cell phones.
Oof.
Me and Christine pushed the button downstairs to get in the elevators. It, of course, assigns us the one death trap, as every day it does. B4.
Before.
The scariest elevator in America.
Funnest elevator to say?
B4.
Before.
Or I like B1, the bone.
B1 the bone?
Yeah.
I like B1. B4 is nice, though. Where were you at B4?
So B4,
It's like a sentence.
2 phones.
2 phones.
Elevator opens.
No.
Girl walks in
No.
before the people get off.
Oh, God.
And I waited for the people to get off, and then I got on too. And all me and Christine could do was to each other, look at each other like, Jesus. And I did it to Christine just like I hate that. But we delivered no justice.
No justice.
In fact, what I was going to say a little out loud was Asian people do that all the time. Mm-hmm. But there was an Asian guy in the elevator with us. So that held back some of my other justice, like my slight justice.
Slight?
By calling this white lady an Asian person. That would have stuck with her.
Have you ever given out girl justice?
Sure, to Christine regularly.
Make her flinch?
Oh, yeah, no,
You
I'm
can't give
constantly
out-
delivering justice in my home.
You can't give out full guy justice anymore.
No.
But you can give out...
Now, the last time a man really enjoyed all around home and work justice, 1955.
1955. Right after WW2.
Man justice died with Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
Lucky for you, I guess, Christine.
Back in the
but-
day when fridges would have all dents in them, you could put your wife's head right around them. Oh, God forbid, Jay. We shouldn't talk about that. But justice is what we're about.
No, listen. The 10 poles of justice have moved.
They've moved.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or what do you call it? The goalposts. The goalposts of justice have moved. So now you can't deliver full justice to a lady, and then you end up getting someone with all these crazy ideas like Christine. That's due to a lack of justice. That's the world we live in.
What's the crazy idea that she comes up with? I would just love an example so that guys at home
That she doesn't
know.
have to cater to my every whim.
That's crazy. What the
Because she lives with no fear
with no justice.
of justice.
There's no justice. Your dog isn't even Your dog isn't even. Back in the day, a man's dog would dole out a little justice.
A little justice also. Now I have to stop my dog from doling out justice. I go, no. Now you have to evolve even more, puppy, and not dole out swift justice.
Now you just have to give love.
Yeah.
All she gets is love.
I know.
Yeah.
When they said when she was shitting in the house, I was like, so what, do we whack her with the paper? And they were like, no, you don't do that anymore. I'm like,
Nope.
What?
Yeah.
You don't?
We bred the justice out of them.
Yeah, we bred the justice right out. I go, well, she did this thing, so I might as well mush her face in it and give her a good crack on the ass. I'm like, Nope. You just got to tell her you love her and rub her belly.
Rub her belly, and it's okay. And give her a treat if she does it right.
Her belly hurts.
That dog
She's
does
sick.
live. That dog lives void of justice.
No justice.
Oh, if I can describe how that dog lives, I would say justice free. Justice free.
I yelled at her when she ate our red chair. I really gave her a firm talking to. And I mean, she was in her crate shaking like she was a beaten down dog. It was crazy.
I'm the dog, and you treat me I want to hear your firm talking, Christine.
I was like, Dawkins, that's a bad dog. That's a very bad puppy. And I mean, she was like
So
shivering.
you
like
gave
a-
theater
That doesn't
justice.
sound.
Yeah,
That doesn't sound.
Wow, Christine. Wow, why don't you settle down a little bit over there?
I was-
No,
pointed at
Dawkins.
it and I yelled
That
at
is
her.
bad. That is a bad dog.
And she was
like-
shaking in
she
the
was
cage
shaking
over
in
that.
the crate.
You
Yeah.
sound like a young gay boy who's giving justice to his dolls. That is a bad dog.
You're not a good
You're-
I
dog.
don't
You're
even
not
say
a
bad. I
good-
go, that's not a good puppy.
He was shaking. Oh my god!
Shaking.
This is what I say when Doodles does something bad. Doodles, no. That's justice. That's dog justice. I don't hit my dog. Doodles, no, no. And she goes, huh? And she comes back. You know who the dog listens to in the house? The only person? Mwazo. That's
Yeah.
Spanish because I learned to babble from me.
Dawkins listens pretty good to me because I have the firm tone. I give her the closest thing she will ever experience to justice.
Dawn is calling me.
Yeah?
Should I answer it?
Yeah.
You sure? All right.
Tell her she's on.
Dawn, I know. Jay, can you, Dawn, you're on the radio.
This is because I can't give justice, Bobby.
Hello?
You know what? If it's about timing, I don't want to talk about it right now.
Oh, God. Max, are you all right?
Mom's, she keeps.
All right, I got to go. No, I can't have you do this.
No,
I love you.
no,
Call me
it's
back.
fine.
It's pre-record. It's pre-record.
Go ahead,
Take it out.
Max.
What?
Go ahead.
It's. Mom keeps. I'm saying that I had a bunch of tests that I had to do today.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of projects that I had to finish
Mm-hmm.
and get done. I have a little homework.
Yeah, speed it up, kid.
And I told her, she said that I can skip tutoring today.
Mm-hmm.
And then she says, I only, and she's kind of shortening the day. No, Mom, and she also just said a couple seconds ago, you know what? I go kind of almost every day to jiu-jitsu.
No, you don't.
And
You go Saturday.
He doesn't
last
want to
Tuesday,
skip jujitsu.
last Tuesday,
I'll tell you that much. He's gonna need it.
If you're smart, you'd go to jiu-jitsu.
Do me a favor,
Tell him to
Max.
skip tutoring.
Tell your mother she's on the air.
that you don't want to go.
you are on the air, Mom, and you're yelling at me on the air, and you're embarrassing me right now.
Max, that's justice.
This is getting justice.
She's abusive.
Max.
Dad,
Yeah. What?
I was trying to tell her that I don't want to really do anything today.
Yeah.
And then she says, you know what? I'm just gonna cancel jiu-jitsu because even though I go basically every day now.
Yep. All right, listen, dude.
It's been a real point of contention.
I love you, kid. I gotta go back to work. You gotta work. You gotta go to jiu-jitsu. That's it. Man up.
I'm not
Cancel
calling
it.
Jiu-jitsu. I am not.
Don't call it shih tzu. It's called jiu-jitsu. I love you.
Called it jiu-jitsu.
Goodbye.
Dad, no, I'm trying to say something.
I'm working.
It doesn't matter.
That's just.
Yes, it does matter. Dawn,
He didn't
Dawn,
accept your justice.
He
Dawn.
didn't accept his justice.
Jeez, Mom,
I gotta go. Goodbye. I love you. Work it out.
Dad,
You're a big boy. Work it out.
all right, I'll work it out, but I'm not going.
Max.
I love you, Dad.
Max, remember yesterday when I told you to what?
That was because we only had tutoring.
Right.
and I didn't have them. It was only the homework.
I want-
can get homework done. It's tests.
I want you to.
They're
Jacob,
kind of
you're gonna beat the
annoying.
shit out of this kid.
And I had a really packed day
You should
today,
come out to
and I
living in
really don't
America.
wanna
This kid's
do
buried in homework and no
jujitsu
jujitsu
or-
lessons.
I'm sorry, Max. Jacob is talking over you.
I don't want to do basically anything
Yeah.
involved with.
You know what? As the great Louis J. Gomez once said, this is boring. Max, I love you, kid. Listen, I'll call you right back, okay? All right?
I'm still not going.
I'm going to help you work. I'm going to help you work through this. And tell your mother she can hit you if she wants to. Okay? Bye.
Stop trying to radio podcast me.
All right, I got to go.
I'm gonna go try to work it out.
Okay, do it. Work it out. You got it in you, kid. I know you do.
I'm gonna try to work it out by not going.
Well, okay. Try to work it out with your mother, and then let me know what happens. Okay?
Alright.
I love you, kid.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, I hope he knows that Jacob's been training every
I
single
heard
day.
a kid who does not want to train. He's so cocky. He thinks he can
He's like,
skip
I don't need
training.
training. What's going on, by the way? Why is he buried in projects and everyone? He waited all to the last minute?
No, not at all. School sucks now. In school, what they do to you is they send you home with a bunch of shit. So you go to school all day, and whatever they can't get done, they'll just send it home and give it to you. So now, when I was a kid, you had a little homework. You didn't have a ton. Now every day there's an hour or something worth of homework because school system sucks.
Bobby, you're a little mess because you went to vocational shit and a bunch of juvenile work camps. Often homework was usually about an hour. If it was less than an hour, that was like a crazy light homework day.
Well, homework when I was a kid, you didn't have that much homework. You did a lot of shit in school, dude. You came home with some homework, maybe a math or a history, but the shit they're coming home with now is like hours of homework, and it doesn't make sense. It's
hours and hours of homework at night.
Here's the thing, though.
I
Yeah, but
used
here
to get that stressed me out.
7th,
man. I hated
8th,
it.
9th, 10th. Okay, it's 5th grade, bro.
Yeah.
Why is a 5th grader coming home with an hour's worth of homework? He's in 5th grade. What are you fucking? What's wrong with you?
Well, it seems to be overwhelming him.
Yeah, I know. I don't care. Look at man. We were talking about Mike Rowe.
That's great. I don't want to do any
Oh, he
work
might.
at all.
Huh?
He
What happened?
might come in at 3:45.
All right, listen to me.
3:45.
Here, we were talking about this at the beginning. I'm walking in today, and I look in the fishbowl, and Mike Rowe's there. You know Mike Rowe, Dirty Jobs.
Dirty jobs.
But now he has a whole foundation that he's promoting. And it's basically, and I believe in it so much, it's like you don't have to go to college. You know, everybody wants to, all these kids want to be famous. Every kid wants to go and become famous and become a millionaire. When back in the day, getting a good job as a carpenter, a firefighter, a plumber, those jobs pay a couple $100,000 a year. You can make a lot of money working and getting a trade and get a house and get land and have a family and have a car, put your kid through school. You can do all that shit. And they don't promote that. They want all these kids to go and spend $50,000 a semester on college and then come out with no fucking job, and they're just a bunch of idiots that are indoctrinated into whatever college they wanted them to think like. You know what I mean? And he's in this whole thing where people should go get the trades and go do these jobs because they're kind of dying, and they're going to, our kids are,
No, it's absolutely. It's people going for, like I said, I don't think you should be going to college unless you have some sort of like a goal, a college related goal. And by the way, whenever you get that, I talked to Isabel this weekend actually about all that stuff because I was telling her I was proud of her. She's killing it in that esthetician school. I mean, she hasn't gotten less than a perfect score on any test she's taken.
You know, Don was an esthetician.
Yeah, I do know.
Yeah.
So it was like pretty impressive. Like what she, I was telling her that I was like proud of her, and I was like, I know if you like apply yourself to something, you'll be good at it. You know what I mean? But I was like, I almost thanked her at the time for not being into college and telling me before just going like, okay, I guess I'll go. Everyone wants me to go, so I'll go. I'm like, what a waste of money that would have been.
College is a scam. I really believe it's become a scam. I believe it's a money-making scam. These teachers have tenure. They can be there forever. They can't get fired. The schools get so much money, and these kids go in.
Yeah, Bill Maher did a killer new rules about it.
Too.
Yeah, it's just it doesn't make sense when my uncle went and learned a trade, and he's a millionaire. And he owns a company, and he has houses all over the place. And it's just a guy who went and learned how to paint and started his own painting company, which turned into an epoxy floor company. I mean, there's so many other paths you can go down where I think I look at my life, and someone said something to me about you're not like Joe Rogan, like that type. It's like, that's not my goal. My goal was to have a family, have a roof over our heads that is cool,
and bow hunt bison,
and bow hunt bison, and serve justice to the community.
Pretty much bring justice is my third thing I do in life.
to Westchester, me and Sam Roberts, at around midnight every night, drive around in his Jeep, and we dole out justice.
I take care of my family. That's number one thing. I try to take care of myself too. And then justice.
Don't forget food.
Way,
there's food in there too.
If I watch,
food's part of taking care of me.
Oh, sorry.
If I watched less than 20 epoxy floor, garage floor videos this past week, I'd be shocked.
Oh, dude, it's
my
incredible.
Dream. All I want to do is epoxy my imaginary garage floor.
Oh, my uncle makes floors that look like candy, like caramel. It's crazy.
Is that what that girl's doing on Love After Lockup? Epoxy.
The tables.
They have the Eddie Van Halen Frankenstein flooring you can put down that looks.
So
like
I'm walking through the fishbowl. I see Mike Rowe. I love Mike Rowe. I love what he's talking about. I love everything he's selling. I'm buying it. Right? And I literally, Jay, I open the fish. I walk by the door. I pass it. I go back. I get the balls. I open the door. It's him and another guy. Full conversation. Good conversation.
They have martinis next to them.
And they're martinis and hors d'oeuvres. And I did say that right. I was a little nervous.
Say it again.
Now I can't because your dumb fluffy eyebrows went up and it intimidates me. Okay? It intimidates me. Keep them down. Hors d'oeuvres. Okay, thanks. Yeah. So I go, hey, Mike, I'm a big fan. I'm Robert Kelly. Blah blah. I have a show here with Big J called the Bonfire. Comedian. I love what you do. I love all the stuff. I love dirty jobs, but I love what you're doing now. And he stood up and came over to me and shook my hand and started engaging with me. And he was like, "Yeah, it's got a." He started to give his talk to me about it. And then old blabbermouth Bob just went on. My uncle, he's a blah, blah, and I did, and I worked for him.
Me and my son have matching snowblowers.
God, I suck around famous people.
Greenworkstools.com for all of your needs.
Pillow Cubes? Have you used the Pillow Cube? That's a U.S. company.
Who's the people? We need people to make the Pillow Cube so we get to keep it here in America.
I love this because I think, particularly my generation, I went to school from 1990 to 2008, and I feel like growing up, blue-collar jobs were really looked down upon.
Yep.
It was beneath everybody to have that. I was the daughter of a mechanic and a hairdresser, so luckily in my home I had a different idea. And honestly, like as a chick, being a wife and a mother was really looked down on. And I think that those things were kind of a bit damaging, honestly, to like have that be like, oh, you're stupid if you want to work blue collar. Oh, you're stupid if you want to be a wife and a mom.
Well, I was saying with
blue collar jobs pay a lot of money. There's unions. I mean,
I went to beauty school immediately after high school. I was like, let me get my trade.
I think especially now because men are useless. So that's like the best gig to have is a blue collar job.
Blue collar job's great too because you're in shape.
Yeah.
I mean, these big breakfasts we're eating is because guys used to wake up at 5 and go pick up steel and wood and make shit. And now we're eating the same breakfast and we're sitting in our living room on a fucking laptop doing a Zoom. That's where we're a bunch of tubs of shit, you know?
Yeah, it was a different dream back then. You spend the weekends on the Jersey Shore.
What?
College to go sit at a desk for 40 hours a week.
Christine, please.
Draining.
But the factories have all shut down. And it's getting very hard to stay. Whoa. No, I've said that I'm surprised. My ex-wife wanted Isabella to go to college so bad. Which I understand. I've said this with Isabella. I go, look, every parent kind of like, there's some inside thing where you're like, wouldn't it be great if your kid's just like super studious and wants to become a doctor and goes on that path? And it works for them in some way. I'm like, yeah, sure, that'd be great. I go, but if they don't, my ex doesn't want to do what she went to school for. She will be in 6-figure debt for that forever.
But what they're what,
like those debts and everything you get buried under for, like, I don't know if, like, for what. Like, Isabella was going to school just because, like, she was supposed to next, and I'm like, no, go work.
they're
Work
coming.
jobs.
They're coming out of school with a mortgage debt without the house.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous. Now here, you go learn a trade, which gives you what? Work ethic. You got to wake up. You got to be on time. You got to work hard, and you get that check. And the end of 5 years, you might have a house.
Yeah.
You might have land. You'll have something with your money. It's a goal. It's what the American.
Or you are completely stored up on the drugs you take.
Yes, yes. Either that or a
It's
meth.
also a better path to owning your own business.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lost. I don't know what the fuck happened.
I think
You
my
know
thing
what
had.
it is?
I think my thing had a little bit of that though. Like, I know everybody. All my friends from back in school, like back in high school, all like my friend Glenn's dispatch for a trucking company. He worked in a trucking company. Now he's dispatch.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Everybody was like auto parts delivery and just kind of like. And then we know people who started their own cleaning company or work delivering. I had a couple friends that worked delivering, like super early in the morning, delivering boar's head, like lunch meats and stuff. And those jobs, but then you buy the truck, and it's like there's some path to something. Then you own 5 trucks, and people working for you.
Here's the thing: it's that restaurant thing. You know, when that awesome restaurant goes out of business, you're like, what happened? And what happened was the grandparents opened it and really worked their ass off for this great Chinese restaurant, and then their kids grew up in that restaurant and took it to the next level. And now it was the best Chinese restaurant for 25 years. But they made so much money and it was so successful that their kids went to college. And they don't want to be a Chinese. They want to be a doctor or a sales something or whatever. They don't want it. So nobody's there to take care of the restaurant. So it's dead. It's gone. And what happened in America is so many people made so much money that their kids... These construction workers, these plumbers had their own business and they made their money. And then their kids, who they passed it on to, they had money and their kids went to college because that's what you're supposed to do if you have money. And they went to college, and then these kids are out there with no fucking job, no skill, no work ethic. And now we're at where we're at.
I do love when I
That
traveled.
was a good speech. I mean, shit.
Speech.
I thought that was.
I agree.
I thought that was good. Thank you guys. Appreciate
Justice.
it. Thank you very much.
Justice.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Christine. Thank
That
you
was
so
justice. Don't hail Hitler.
much. Oh, sorry.
Did you just hail Christine? Thank you, Christine.
I was going to hail Jacob and Black Lou, but I figured I'd give it to.
Throw it over to Christine.
And I've sucked way more black dick than Nazi dick. I
True
can tell you that.
That's good.
Yeah, she
that
is.
will weigh out when you're standing in front of Jesus, Christine. That's going to plan out. How many Nazis did you sleep? And how many black people did you sleep?
Christina swastika earrings on her nipples.
6 in one, half dozen the other.
The only thing when Isabel was toying with college, I did try to talk her into nursing school. Because that's something that could take her anywhere.
But almost-
and also with,
but almost-
with the esthetician license, it also would give her the ability to like do Botox and start her own business in a way where you can
But
do more
she
things.
has to
Real
see.
quick, I need your father advice,
Sure.
and anybody can please. I'd love to take everybody's advice. Dawn keeps. She knows I'm on the air. I'm working, and she's texting me like I'm involved. Like she. I was gonna. What should I say back? What should I quickly say back to my wife?
Hit him.
Yeah.
Okay, that's Jay. Hit him, Christine.
Take him to jujitsu.
Take him, Lou.
We'll settle this after Mike Rowe.
Okay, what about this, Jacob?
I mean, I think he should go to jujitsu.
No, I'm going to type this. What should I say?
Go to
Go
jujitsu.
to jujitsu.
Black Lou. I'm hoping there's a bitch involved in this.
Not at all.
No, okay.
Babe, I'm working actually right now.
Wow, Jesus Christ.
But I think you should go to jiu-jitsu and maybe we can talk about the rest of this during the break.
I'm working, babe. After Mike Rowe. Love you.
How about Black
That
Lou?
was-
I think
that
you
was-
say.
That's not what anybody said to say.
No.
He said after Mike Rowe.
You just like hodgepodge.
He said-
Yeah,
Black
that's a
Lou
little bit
said.
of everything.
There's
Black
no
Lou
taking
said
the
snow
jujitsu.
bunny. He said snow bunny.
Remember
bitch
what
at
you
end.
did on the boat where you were like, "Get over here, you're going," like that. Do that.
Take him to jiu-jitsu and hit him. That's what Christine said. There you go.
Hit him and then
I
say,
didn't say hit him.
No,
I
hit
said be stern like on the boat. Did you hit him on the boat?
Look, you can't even talk to a dog hard, so don't try to fucking rough up my kid, okay?
Oh my God! Remember you scared the dog when you said, "Doggy, we don't do boo boo boo."
We don't want you got up my stomach.
I was really stern.
I want you to go. Exactly.
Yeah.
You can lie on my blanket if you want to. My kiki blanket. Don't bugger doggy.
No, that kind of debt is. Do you have the Bill Maher thing at all? That was so good.
That's why I love Dawn. She laughed at Christine saying well, I walked into him, and dude, I am so embarrassed because I was talking so much. I like him so much, and I was just kept yapping, and he turned away and walked away, going
while you were talking.
Yeah, but it wasn't like a fuck you, but it was more of a, okay, man, this guy, I thought he might have his shit together. We might have a quick little thing, which I should have been, all right, cool, thank you. But I don't know how to act around famous people. You know this.
You acted right in front of Barry Manilow.
Because he came into our thing. If I was the one to go in and say, Barry, can you please...
So you ruined it for
You're
us.
gay? I thought I was gay one time, but I'm not gay. I found out I love my wife, but I have done gay stuff. I want to hear about the gay stuff. I love your songs. You know what I mean?
You write the songs that make me cry.
I'll blow you. Do you like me? Do you think I'm all right? I lost some weight. My tits are a little saggy, but I'm working on it. My belly button's an innie.
And then he just walked away from you.
Yeah,
When he
just walked
comes
away
in
from me.
here,
Yeah.
he's going to see a man in control,
In
the
here,
master of his craft.
in here, sitting in my chair, my chair,
half an hour.
my
Yeah.
chair, in front of my microphone with my red Van Halen headphones on.
With your family falling to pieces in text messages. Everything okay there with your family, Bob?
I will be fine. But in there, he walked away. But I did leave at I was like, okay, cool. And I walked away at the right time. And the guy behind me going, excuse me, which kind of bugged me. It's like, listen, we're all on the same team. Because this is the show he should be on. Let me tell you, whatever interview you're doing, fine. This is the people. The Bonfire fans are the people you need to talk to.
Goddamn
Well,
right. They're the consumer.
They're the one. They're the kids that are in college. They're the kids that are going to go to college. They're the kids just got out of college and know what the fuck they're doing. They're the ones with kids that are going to go to college. This is your fan base you want to reach.
That's
right
right.
here. And we're going to do
Over
it
there having a martini with everyone who definitely is going to go to college.
100%. You don't want to talk to the NPR fans. You want to talk to people who read.
Oh yeah, cut to the end of this.
The end. Okay.
It's the last.
Yeah,
it's the
pretty
last.
long.
All right,
piece he
this
makes.
is Bill Maher. What is to explain? What is this?
The new
So
rules?
it's new rules, but it's him talking about colleges.
Okay.
It's before
Can I just
that.
stop? We're getting really good at context, by the way. I think
Yeah.
really good.
So
Huh?
good.
I think we should
Yes.
get context buttons.
Could we get a most improved context award from Big Jim? Big Jim, if you're listening, I'd like you to get us a most improved context award.
Yeah.
And then maybe one day we'll get that prom.
I don't know what part you want me to pull up. Is
The
end
colleges. When it shows all those people, it's talking about.
It seems to be right about.
right here?
Yeah. Keep going back.
This is most replayed here, so.
Good.
Vivek Ramaswamy, Yale and Harvard. Ron DeSantis, Yale and Harvard. Ted Cruz, Princeton and Harvard. Pat Robertson, George W. Bush, Tom Cotton, Mike Pompeo, Bill O'Reilly, Steve Bannon, Jared Kushner, most of the Supreme Court. There's a special magic that links Harvard types and being utterly face punchable.
His audience claps too much.
Hate his audience. They're all sick.
He doesn't like his audience.
He hates his audience,
Yeah.
and I agree. Sycophants.
And some I assume are good.
Can I stop for a second? What do you want them to do, dude?
I
mean,
know
if
he's
we're
a
doing a show, they're gonna. If we were doing a live show, we want them to fucking be sycophants too.
No, it's not that.
He
They
has
just-
somebody telling. There's a clap button or
They just
some
start
guy.
clap. No, he doesn't like it either.
After-
He looks at them a lot where it's like, guys, Jesus Christ.
Every point they have to clap.
Right.
It slows this down a lot.
And while it may seem like these men like these, and the kids who signed the Harvard letter have nothing in common, actually, I think they do. They all came out of an asshole factory. So, to the older folks, I say, college today is not the college you remember. And to the younger people, I say, don't do it. You don't need 4 years and a lifetime of crippling debt to learn to hate America when you can just watch 5 minutes of Selling Sunset.
So, I mean, there's no need for a clap that long for that.
Well, selling Sunset does suck.
If your parents have 300 grand, they absolutely need to flush down the toilet, put it in crypto, or buy a van, go to a national park and feed yourself to a bear. Because any legacy dipshit can go to Penn, but a bear, that's hard to get into.
It's longer than it starts off, which is fine. But if you go check that out, it's really just like I sent it to Isabella afterwards. I'm like, it's very interesting because when I was talking to her this weekend about this stuff, I was like, Isabella's 21 years old too. She's going to esthetician school. If she does that and goes, okay, this is like good money, but I see what the ceiling is on this, then it's like at 27 she can go back to nursing school if she wants, and then she'll be ready to do it. Then she'll be like, no, I want to do this, so I'm going to do well at it. Because I can't. When she's 20, the world's ahead of her, and she doesn't have that vision of being a nurse. So it's like in her mind, all she's seeing, which I get, is 3 years of something she doesn't want to do at all.
Yeah.
For something, you know what I mean? Like for an outcome she doesn't even see seems fun. Again, my ex-wife's a great example. Into all that school, she doesn't want to be a lawyer. She doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? She found it out right away after you're in
She's a comic.
mega debt. She does comedy.
She wants to do comedy. It's crazy to me that
I'm so Dan Natterman, Greg Giraldo, all these guys that had like law school debt. That's like they don't use it at all.
Look at the guys who didn't go to school and invented shit and became gazillionaires. Didn't even go to college. You need to find. That's why even schools suck here. It's so, kindergarten is. I don't even know what. That's just. What is that? That's what that's for. That's so that both parents can go to work. Yeah. Which is nuts because they weren't taxing women back in the day. Women stayed home and took care of the family. And
ironically, though, women still very taxing. You
just
got Jade. It's okay. It's way back. Remember, Jacob said we were never going to use it again, and then we used it those few weeks. Never again.
Me.
I said that.
He said that.
Oh yeah. When you got mad, but still, you did get Jade. Bear with me.
I wish you did that on stage.
You just got Jade.
If you did a joke,
go drink water.
Every time a joke doesn't go, just go. You just got Jade.
You just got Jade.
I'm with you though, Bobby. I think it's crazy to be that much in debt, and I also think the curriculum is crazy anti-American now.
Also, why can't college be $3,000 or $4,000 a year? It's so crazy. It's
but
like,
you can learn
you get like $60,000 a year school. It's just like a nutty price.
You can learn everything online.
Oh no, for sure.
It doesn't even make sense. If you really want to learn something, you don't have to spend a dime.
Right,
you can go online,
but you get no accreditation. You can't just go, I'm pretty much a doctor.
Yeah, but you could take
you
could take the bar. Look at med school, stuff like that. But to go to school and just come out with some weird degree and thinking you're going to get some.
That's what I mean. Like a degree
job.
in art history is fucking retarded to spend your money on.
Unless you love art history.
No, unless you love it and you go, I want to be a professor of art history,
right?
Exactly. Or
Exactly.
fucking Indiana Jones or whatever. I want to be an adventurer, archaeologist.
You want to be a justice doler around the world.
I want to dole out justice. He goes, now do you guys have a whip class here, or do we have to learn whip on our own? Do I have to self-teach whip, or do you guys have like a course? I'm majoring in art history, minoring in whip. This is so much better than college, dude.
Hey guys, when is the run from a rock class happen? Is that happening? Giant boulder.
Do you guys tie that into gym class or something where we run from boulders?
I just took the jump from vehicle to vehicle class. By the way.
He goes, I failed my quiz on which one of these is the Holy Grail. I picked the fanciest one like a stupid asshole. Jesus was a pauper. I haven't seen that movie in so long. Is that what it is, right?
Yeah,
they picked the fancy one because you're like, it's Jesus's. And then it was like, no, he was broke. So it would be the most simple, shitty one.
It was the shittiest one. And it's supposed to be old.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like 2,000 years old.
Yeah, I know. Fucking the one the guy drank out of like fucking Little John's chalice. Like Little Wayne.
Yeah, he got it out of the Caesar's Palace Mall.
Yeah. Hey, Snoop Dogg, what's that cup you're drinking out of?
He even says it in the movie. I forget the line, but it's like, yeah, this is the bling Jesus.
But it's crazy that they promote that because, like my little brother, he went to a little community college or something like that, and then he became a fisherman, made a ton of cash fishing, and now he works for my uncle. Probably take over for my uncle when he's gone. Now he'll have a business and he'll make a ton of cash. And it's a great life. He bought his own apartment. He's got a girl. He's probably going to get a house soon. This
and
other
the thing
shit.
is, you have to work hard in both things to make money. That's another thing too. Like with and I only say this with my ex. I'm just saying because I watched all this kind of unfold there. Like, she didn't do the jobs when she came out of law school. And again, we have Isabella and stuff, you know. So like, but she didn't do the jobs where you go work 70-hour weeks for very little money. For a couple years. Right. But then you're like an associate and a partner.
Something.
And you start making six figures and high six figures even. But you have to do that shit part first. Same thing with like if you're doing carpet cleaning or construction. Like you're going to have to grind out at first, but like there is an end game to it.
It's work ethic. That's the thing that kids are missing. They want to jump from here to here.
Because you can, because you also can somehow.
Some people can, but most of them don't.
Right.
And most of them wind back up at their parents' house like, what the fuck do I do? And it's like you're not a failure. You're not a failure at 26, 28, and you don't have a job. You can go get a job. It's you don't want that job. No, you don't want to go cut grass and then someday own that business and have 35 lawns that you cut and you have all these people working for you and you own everything. And you know, people don't want to do that.
No, and you know, you were just in Providence, which I think is a cool town. I always like talking to the crowds in those towns, but also like Michigans and Wyoming's and those kind of places, or Wisconsin rather. I mean, is like it's still these places all around this country that are like blue collar. I'm like to see that exists because here in New York we are void of it. We see fucking 85 Mexican guys throwing up a fucking skyscraper here. You know what I mean? You don't really. It looks like that's the job of like. Well, they'll do that hard work for blah, blah, blah. But it's when you get to the middle of the country and it's just like dudes who work. You know, that's why it's almost historically why Friday late show is the roughest show because it is still a work day and people come to the late show and they're fucking exhausted.
Exhausted and fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a bunch of men.
Yeah. No, I'm saying there's still dudes in this country, which is pretty great.
Yeah, it's great.
We need it.
But it is dying off, though, in a lot of places where it's like people want to become famous and rich. They don't want the American dream used to be a family, a roof over your head, food in everybody's belly, and spend time together. That was the American dream. Well, now the American dream is because you can become famous like Brad fucking Pitt, or you can become famous like Taylor Swift. You can sing a song with a microphone on your stupid Instagram.
Well, it's also you could figure out like how to manipulate a thing with the GameStop thing, you know, or something like that. There's also like people learn like crypto and stock and all that kind of shit they play around with.
Yeah, but
there's a bunch of things.
Kids want to be famous. Kids are watching people on YouTube. I took Max's
YouTube
iPad. I took his iPad and iPhone away, and it sucked for a day. Doesn't even care about it anymore. Like he was so into.
He found something else to whack off to. You had to go find your analog Why don't you leave? You know what? If I had a son right now, why don't you leave some magazines around the house for him to find?
I do,
because those things are gone. That's a thing that's lost. Don't you feel bad that your boy? It's too much. Like you said, he can go around the thing and go like, spread ass, anal cream pie, cum shot, gangbang, and see all of that instead of just finding in your closet like what
a boob.
Just a play, not a, you know, a Playboy, even dirtier than a Playboy, but just like a porn magazine.
I have old Playboys. I have like 4 of them that I kept. Honestly, I did keep them, so that one day, if he was like, I could, hey, dude, check these out. You can look at these, but not now. 10's too young. 10's too young. Coming from
no, sure. I'm not even judging the age. I'm just saying, like, let him discover. I don't know. Like 11 is when I found my like dad's like.
Yeah,
porn magazines.
I think maybe a little later than that. I think when he's
21.
Not 21.
Yeah, you let him see.
10 is too young to to get into that. It's too young. I know from experience. All my sex life, everything sexual with me is fucked up because I learned about sex at a way too young age, and it killed me. And then later in life, I had such a hard time with girls sexually because I was so desensitized to it that I was fucked. You know what I mean? So it's like a lot of unwiring for the last 15 years to get to where I can, have a normal relationship. It's really, and that's because I learned about sex too young, and I didn't learn about it from adults or anybody who cared about me. I learned about it from other dudes.
Not to go back a little bit, but with DeRosa is such a good example of something. He's the person I know the most that fucking loved college. I guess Bert Kreischer too, or people who loved college, but the party aspect of it for sure. So there's I get the social thing of it being amazing. Mm-hmm. But beyond that, I don't understand why going to, like you said, Yale is necessarily. It's Jacob.
Jacob, what are you doing?
We just hear the typing.
Jesus Christ.
I'm taking notes on the bonfire.
No, it's fine.
Take softer
You're just
notes.
looking around for what it was.
Yeah.
QWERTY board. Don't go to school. Max is dead.
I will kill him. I will kill him.
Max, you better train or else.
Max will never beat me. I will choke him out and then jerk him off.
Oh, man. The ultimate showdown for justice. the Justice Bowl.
So,
but where was I, actually?
We all weren't listening.
Damn, that hurts.
God damn it. Come on, everybody.
Wow.
You were talking about when you sexually...
No.
When you were a kid, you got molested.
Joe DeRosa.
No, I went back for Joe DeRosa.
DeRosa.
Yeah. Joe was molested sexually.
No,
I'm saying Joe loved to buy. So I understand the social thing of it, but if there's just no genuine end game, for that, exactly. If you go to Penn State because you grew up and your dad and the Nittany Lions are your team, and I get the going to the football games and everybody putting on their face paint, and then the party afterward. I get all of that, but you're paying a lot of money not for that. You're supposed to be getting an education. When you come out, you're going to make a lot of money to pay this back. It's fucking not. It's not. Most people come out it's better to go in the HVAC. That's just needed forever.
Listen, he said it right there. If you have $300,000 to throw down the fucking tube, fine. But most people don't. You should not go into debt to go to a college to have that on your resume, because it's not going to work out. You're probably going to find something that you love along the way. You're passionate what you're going to do, and this is going to be for naught. And yes, I said that. I said for naught. And people,
I really liked it.
And thank you very much. And
that's going to impress.
Yeah,
Mike Rowe.
That's goddamn right. I'm working on it right now. So look, not everybody's going to come with. But the thing is, did you like that one? That was pretty good, right? But it's the waking up, getting ready, going to work, working your ass off when you don't want to, coming home, being tired. There's something about that was like America. That's why we were the baddest motherfuckers around.
It also drives you to one day be the boss, and then you don't have to do this.
Right. And having that hard work and having that, just that clock in you, Max waking up every day. It's like, dude, wake up, get up, go out, get your breakfast in, get dressed quick. You want more time? Figure out your time. I'm working through all that stuff with him right now. And so that he can have the skills. I told Dawn, I don't want a kid that's coming back here asking you for $20 when he's 20 something.
Just knowing those skills too. I remember when we moved to our neighborhood in South Jersey, when we moved from Philly to South Jersey, one of my friend's stepdads, that's the one I did the concrete work, like wheelbarrowing concrete and shit. It was for his stepdad. And why I was able to get that work was the way they made this development where my mom lives, everyone got a standard, let's call it 4x8 slab of concrete.
Yeah.
And some lawn, like a small patch of lawn. You were allowed to build out a couple more feet out and all the way over if you wanted to. And then so this guy just started putting up the flyers around the neighborhood like I do that. And he would just he made so much money. Just every third house in that development was like, no, make mine the bigger slab.
Yeah.
He charged a fair rate. It was a day of work. I'd bring this shit over to him and pour it, and then he'd make it all night. And it's just it's a skill that it'd be nice just to have. I'm worried about that when we talk about buying houses or buying a house. I look at these things sometime, and I'm like, dude, if that thing goes, I don't even know where to fucking start.
What do you mean?
Like, if I just look at a thing in a house, it's like, oh, that's nice. I'm trying to think of a good example of something. I know most things you call people for.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you know, I don't know, problem with a skylight. You know what I mean? Or just like, or like you said, a crack in something. Replacing a piece of drywall. It'd be nice to be able just to do those things instead of having to call somebody to fucking do it.
I'm going to tell you this, what's going to happen to you when you get a house. And it happened to me because I lived in the city on 97th Street for years and Hell's Kitchen for years. I just, all that stuff went away in me that my uncles and, whatever dads that I were with over the years that I saw them do. When you get the house, all of a sudden you just do it, Jay. It comes out of you.
Sure. I believe you'll try, but I'm saying
I'm telling you, you're gonna walk out in the backyard. Christine's gonna be gardening, and you'll be like, "How the fuck did she learn how?" And you're gonna put up a fence, and then all the other stuff you do call somebody. You can't fucking fix a screen, and stuff like you can't fix a window.
You can. Yeah, well, not a window, but like a screen for sure. You could. Yeah, my mom's like learned how to do that somehow, but I just mean like in the. I just caulking. Like you said, I can do it. I know, but I almost get nervous. Like
you're not going to do a good job.
Yeah, I want it like to look sleek and like perfect. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm the guy.
You're not the guy.
Me and my ex, when we got our second apartment in New York, when we moved our first time, that when we decided to paint, and I painted like a diamond pattern that went around the whole living room.
Right.
Oh, that sense of accomplishment felt so good.
But it just came out of you because you had to.
Yeah.
When you get a house, I'm telling you, that's what my point I'm trying to make. When you get your own house and you're up wherever the fuck you are, you're just gonna. I want this, and you're gonna go. I'm just gonna do it. I wanted to put a fence around my backyard for the dog. I just did it.
But how much we all fucked up. It's funny.
But I would never caulk.
The classes I wish.
I'm the king of caulk.
Caulking and shit like that, Jay, you hire somebody.
The classes I wish I paid. The classes I wish I paid more attention to, though, were things like I definitely in a classroom. Would there be electric shop? Yeah. Electric shop class.
I don't know. That's a show for kids.
But they showed you like I was taught at some point how to remove an outlet. Put the wires back into the next one, and now if you were like do that, I'd be like, no, like I'll burn the fucking house. Like I don't know what I'm doing at all.
It's very,
and that's a bummer. Like to not, because that's the thing. That's why I feel like it may have died a bit with my generation, because my dad didn't teach me any of these things. But I do remember in the limited time I'd be with him, though, he'd be under the car on a dolly. He changed his own spark plugs. He changed his own oil and changed his own brakes in the driveway. I wouldn't even, do you know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck to do with any of this stuff. That's weird that it's gone. That was very common knowledge. It was a guy would get out of the car, lift the hood, play with a couple of things, even temporarily fix it. Like, you just do this.
You can't do it anymore.
And now you can't do it because of the cars for sure.
You can't do it anymore. But, dude, around the house shit like that, I'm telling you, when you get your house, you're just going to fix it. Dude, my heat went out a couple winters ago in the middle of the night. The heat went out. And it was a brand new system I just put in. And it was out of warranty. So I think it was $350 for the guy to come out at 2 a.m. and $250 an hour. I just went on YouTube. There was some dude with a hair lip going sniff, unplug this, sniff, and then I took out the thing and he said, take out this nut and clean this off, and then clean that off. I put everything, boom, came back on.
YouTube will transform you, Jay.
I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, I bet.
But like stuff that I never did because I had a superintendent. I just called the super.
Right.
Just call the super. When you have a house, you just wind up doing it.
Towel rack comes down, that kind of shit.
We had
our coat rack come off the wall the other day, and I'm like, I'm not like, now that it ripped out of the wall, the holes are big, and I'm like, I don't have anchors, and if I did, I don't know how I'm using them You know what I'm saying? I just don't know the stuff.
Because you don't have to, but when you get a house,
you'll have
to. You're gonna have to find some guy. You don't have a super. When you have a super, dude, it's just call downstairs. But when you're out wherever the hell you are, and you have to find a guy and then vet that person, then they're gonna come to your house, and they're gonna come in. It's gonna cost you all this money. You're like, you just go to YouTube, and then all of a sudden you find out that it will take 2 seconds. You fill it. You fill it, and then you put some sawdust and some shit, and then there you go.
Blowing it, slap it on the side, see if it fixes it.
But
deliver justice to that heater. Hey everybody, thanks for listening. That was just a portion of our actual Sirius XM radio show.
If you want the whole thing, go to SiriusXM.com/bonfire for a special offer.
That's right. And go to bigjcomedy.com and robertkellylive.com to check out our stand-up dates. Coming to a city near you. Crackle, crackle.